water, coffee, tea. Because what is a desk without like 3 beverages? Alrighty, okay, let's see here. We've got layers, and we have scenes, and we have remix streams you've never seen. There, and the Molly Wobble. Thanks, Molly Wobble. I thought maybe today I might nose around on beta. I don't want to commit to it because I don't really have a plan. I guess I should make an alternate level it. But before then, I need to do my remix dailies because I haven't done them yet today. And, well, I guess that's not that surprising. It's only been like an hour since reset. But I'm not done. I'm just not done. Are you coming up? Whoop. There you go. Bobby B5, thank you for the 21-month resub. Hey Hazel, has beta been fixed? In EU, we didn't have character copy available. I don't know anything about that, except that I know that character copy is only intended to work on some realms and not others, because some of them are for specific purposes. So the endgame realm, I think you cannot copy a character. I don't know if it works for the other ones. I haven't logged on to beta yet, but I remember reading something that was like mildly to that effect. Hi, sweetie, you're so soft. Good morning. Let's turn this on. Bless you. And this one. And see about what we want, where we're at. I'm item level 416 on Squidgy. She is the Claviturnus. I'd say Morel, but I don't know if Eternus meows. I mean, who's to tell him what he can do? Let's grab daily quests. What are you thwapping your tail for? And get in queue for something or another. Maybe start with just the dungeons, huh? Little heroic dungeon. Heroic scenario. Do those ones first. Sound good? Hi, everybody. Beta extremely unstable at the moment, so no stress there. All right. Remix day works for me. Find the Mailbox XP trick. Only got to 56. Do you know if they nerfed it? Can anyone confirm whether it worked? How much experience do you have in your cloak before you did it? Also, because if it was like your first ever character and it didn't start with 100%, then that could be it. Because I did it like 2 days ago and I didn't see any hot fixes yet. And yesterday I was like stocking up XP items on a second character to try it again, but I didn't actually get to the finish part. Can't get into heroic TOT. Oh no. Because yeah, that's another thing I could do today is if once I finish Squidgy's dailies, I can try and just finish getting my second character that I wanted to test it out on up to 41 basically, like through the rest of the raids, and then I can try it again. Is she the mightiest yet? She's okay. She's all right. Harold's the mightiest because he's just so big and swooshy. Coffee time. This one. And yeah, this is a good scenario. Goodness, drawing a blank. That's okay. I'd say I haven't caffeinated yet. It's not strictly true. I had a cup of tea already, but we're moving into coffee. We're on the phase 2. Voidwalker from Heroic. Hellgrave, which I'm kind of surprised I remembered, but the only reason I remembered it was because I randomly ran into a character, maybe in Remix. Also, this is really loud. Hold on. Hold the phone. Hold up. I ran into somebody that was playing a character named that for all I could tell had nothing to do with me or any characters that I may have had, or like it was just a random person named Hellgrave because it's a sick name. I guess I thought I was stronger than this. Also, I didn't do the rage banners. Also, I went the wrong way. Don't mind me. Yeah, betas are sometimes unstable. Works that way. This is a good scenario. Listen, I didn't say I was a good person to do it. I just know this is a good one to get into because it doesn't necessarily take as long. Okay. All right. Rage banners first, shall we? Let's do that. And then we're going to rescue Mr. Bultbrew. Fun. Would totally scenario with. You know, you see a big pack of mobs and you just see the multi-shot button and, you know, the the beast cleave that you know goes with that, and it's just kind of calling to you. It just, you know, it wants you to press it. So please, uncapped AoE. Exactly. I don't know how much. Flabby's not around this morning, so I'm on my own if I want to do any raids, which is totally fine. I want to do at least one to get the raid weekly or the raid daily done. And then whether or not I do any more is going to kind of depend on how that first one goes. Let's go this way. See if we can get warmed up to par here. The raidly, if you will. What if I won't? I was up a bit early this morning and Mr. Moose kept being like, is it walk time yet? I'm like, no, Mr. Moose, go back to bed. It's too soon. I was like, okay. And then you just hear him like snoring and woofing. And then the next time you go out there, he's like, is it walk time yet? Almost, Mr. Moose, half an hour more. But he did good. It's nice taking the walk at the same time. At least he goes back to bed. It's funny because like when you come back into the office and don't take him out at that exact moment, he looks at you like you've killed his family. Like he's like, what do you mean? This is the worst day ever and I shall never get over it. And then like 30 seconds later you hear him dreaming because he's really tired. He's a cute boy. He likes to sleep in. One day I'll sleep in, but not today and not tomorrow. Take it back. Got into heroic TOT. I have hope for this one. Nice. I'm rooting for you guys. Now that I have my Claw of Eternus, I know it was really good bronze, but I don't know if you're going to catch me back in a heroic TOT until like, I don't know, 440 maybe. It's like totally overkill. You're totally fine in there at like 400, but I don't know. I want it. I need more power. He wants to do so much, isn't aware of energy reserves. He's so funny when he's playing with other dogs because he loves other dogs so much that when he is playing with them, he has no concept of his own body or time or heat or really any of his needs whatsoever. He's too excited and too focused on play to really clue in anything else. So like if you let him, he'll just romp around endlessly, and like if the dog he's playing with poops out because it's been exhausted by this hurricane puppy, he'll find another one and be like, okay, your turn, and he'll just tag them in and do that like endlessly until you take him home. But then as soon as he's like away from the dogs and he like thinks for a second, he's like, wait, what happened to me? Who did this? And then he's just incredibly pooped. And you got to be careful when in the summer because he gets hot too, especially if he's playing in the sun. So you bring lots of water and you don't let him go for hours and try and keep an eye on him because you want him to take care of his own like basic well-being, but it's hard when you're having fun. Hope we all get this kind of energy. I could rent that dog out to help tire out other people's dogs. Like if there's ever a dog that's like, you know, the person wants it to like run and play and it just kind of like wants to stand around and hang out. If there's any fragment of that dog's being that actually will play with the dog, then Moose will find it. He will workshop how to get that dog to play with him until it like comes out. It's funny seeing him like read his playmate and try to figure out, okay, what do they want? Do they want to wrestle? Do they want to run? Do they want to play keep away? Do they have a ball? I have your ball now. And like he'll just kind of watch them and try and figure out what they want to do so he can do that. He's very I'll be whatever you want. Broke a mil damage on my Mistweaver. Spin to win, baby. Nice. Did you see the new BG? I'm assuming we're talking about like a World of Warcraft battleground. I have not seen it. Longtime YouTube watcher. Cool to catch you live. Welcome, former Pluto. Dad's dog jump into bed, lay down to sleep if he gets woken up too early. Aww. Time to do market analysis. It's always time to do market analysis. Oh, on the renting my dog. What is the Playmate thing? I think I'm joking. Apparently there is some kind of an app that you can use to like check into like a dog park or something so that people can like see which dogs are there, but I don't know. That sounds like a public safety nightmare. Misheard, thought you said Panduin. Thought I might need a Pally Panda in my future. I mean, oh, I was gonna say, well, maybe you do, but then it occurred to me that you can't. They don't let you do that. Blizzard hates Panduin fun. Heroics really aren't as hard as last week. It was kind of shocking running them on like an absolute fresh, no gems, 2 buttons, new character that, mind you, had the catch-up cloak. But it went just kind of crazy compared to when Remix first came out and we were all like brand new at this, and I guess nobody had catch-up cloaks yet. I suppose that extra like versatility really does make a huge difference. Those heroics were like impossible right away. I remember trying them on during testing and being like, "Wow, this is a later me problem." Good day. Hey, Cash, how you doing? Did you play War Within Beta? I played some, yes, not yet when it in beta, but I played earlier when it was alpha. We've done the zones. We did some leveling, hero talents, delves, etc. Well enough. Now I want a Panduin. It is later you, and it is not a problem. Sometimes I try and reflect on the fact that past me... What am I trying to say? Something can sound really hard to do, to like get into. But then once it's over, it feels like it wasn't a big deal at all. Even if it was... I need more coffee. I can't... Never mind. Abort. No good thoughts happening. Reset. Turn streamer off and on again. Johnny Hita, thank you for the 51 month resub. Appreciate it. Okay, that's the heroic dungeon all done. We just need to get a little daily batch of threads and bronze and stuff. Natoya, wow. Natoya. I'm so sorry. Thank you for the brand new sub. I appreciate it. My apologies for butchering her name. Everything seems hard before you know what you're doing. I think I'm trying to say something about how my mind discounts the difficulty. Not even the difficulty. More like the load, I guess. Like how much work it feels like it's going to be of future work versus past work. Like if I focused on something for like an hour and it was yesterday, by lunchtime today, I don't even remember that, you know, like if I want to know anything that happened, I needed to have it written down. But if I'm like contemplating focusing for an hour later today or like tomorrow, that sounds like way sketchier and like it's more tenuous, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And maybe there's a reframing. Again, coffee. We did the heroic scenario, so we need to do a normal one, and we also needed to get into a normal dungeon. Where's our gear starting point for today? It was 416. The weapon we just kicked up to 472, and I believe we now need to get the rest of the gear caught up to 472. Did you see? They nerfed healers using DPS trinkets. I heard something about trinket retuning. Natoya on WoW. That makes way more sense. Favorite midday streamer when I put my son to nap. Still thinking about the whiteboard. You're still thinking about the whiteboard. If you could, would you time travel to the past, or would you be too scared of a butterfly effect? Like if I just found a time travel machine and no one had any kind of like small print, small text safety manuals, and it was just like a good luck kind of thing, then no. Absolutely not. It's like finding a big red button in a scary government facility and being like, I wonder what this does. Only one way to find out. Love your pets. Your gnome could use them as mailings. Oh, it's Brewman Festival. We can do this. We can do this. Actually, I think I'm confusing this one with a different one. I think this is fine. More or less. What do they want me to do over here? I don't know. There's green here. Not me not understanding the scenario. Those buttons are made to be pressed. Why make button if not want to press it? Yeah, I'm gonna need more coffee before time travel. Let's scale things down, and let's talk about something on a smaller and more manageable plane. Less dimensions. Not worms. We did worms yesterday. I've hit my worm talk quota for the week. I like wit the most. Many interesting stories to tell owing to this personal logic. Hazel, guess what? What? What's up, buttercup? I have balcony lettuce. You have balcony lettuce? You did it! 2 kinds. Are they like cute and baby? Are they growing? Are they getting any bigger? Bigger. No. That's so fun. Start brewing. Listen, guys, if I knew how to brew, I wouldn't have come here. That guy's just partying. There's a gong here. You have a chat bubble, but nothing to say to me. My map is unhelpful. And I think everybody else is lost too. There must be something obvious to do. Oh, they're all leaving. They're all leaving. A large keg, that's promising. I've done this scenario before, I just don't pay attention. Also don't understand the scenario. This is giving hobbits at a party energy. Oh, that's right. There's gonna be waves of stuff. Maybe. Evil not Torn come up. You beat him up to protect the beer. Are they here because they want the beer? We should help them brew their own beer. You know. Don't know where I'm going with this. Do raids for months, don't know your way around it, all tracks. I'm really good at finding ways to not have to learn to navigate things on my own, but that means that whenever all of my crutches, such as following other people, crumble to dust, I am a lost sheep roaming the meadows. Imagine Pandaren smell. What do Pandaren smell like? They're like cloves and vaguely like a zoo. Murder it and you won't bother your beer ever. True. Do you have your specs listed anywhere? No. In several senses of the term. I don't know my character specs. I don't got my PC specs. You don't need them. Don't you know, live your own PC life. Go on your own PC journey. Suit something to your own needs. Where am I going with this? Pandaren smell like bamboo and horses / sheep. If my processor will be strong enough for the war within. That is a question that can probably be answered. I bet you they have minimum system requirements posted. Let me see. The war within minimum requirements. Processor 4 cores with 3 gigahertz or greater. Intel 4th gen or AMD Ryzen, what does it say? Haswell? They have it on the thing. Yeah. I like that your pet's bigger than you. All the best ones are. They're either bigger or like much smaller. Yeah, they have it on specifically, it's on the shop page. So there's oh, here, I'll just link the shop page and then I'll see if I can come up with a more specific direction on how to do it. But streamer PCs are usually either overkill because they were provided by a sponsor, and it's more than your average gamer is going to need, or they're overkill because the streamer is building their PC to do like content creation tasks, which are usually you're going to kit your PC a bit differently for that versus games. System requirements. So yeah, on that page, there's the big block of small text on the right-hand side. If you click on system requirements, it's going to scroll you down there, and it's going to have, it's going to talk to you about your system requirements. Yeah, there's a whole thing for Windows and for Mac. There you go. What am I doing? Am I setting up village defenses? Are you a village defense? Yes, you must be. You are a village defense! Okay. I've been in this scenario my entire adult life. Overkill for WoW, in which case, sure. Overkill for the average, like for WoW or for like your standard. Yeah, for WoW basically. Anyway, no problem. Playing beta yesterday on a 7-year-old computer ran fine. Played Dragonflight and integrated graphics for 6 months. Can be surprisingly lean. It runs a real treat on, I have like a MacBook and it works great. It runs in 4K. It runs a little, not juicier than this, but just perfectly fine for the purposes. I need the fans get going, but that's a laptop for you. Oh. So after this, it'll probably pop my dungeon finder queue is what it's probably going to do. Hit Exalted with 3 of the factions, didn't notice getting any rewards, and the quartermasters are disabled, so what's the point? Achievements, basically. When you get Exalted with those factions, you should get one of the rep achievements, which probably gave you a bronze cache. And then some of the meta achievements for the different zones, one of the requirements for that meta achievement might have been a reputation, so you'd be one step closer to getting like, I don't know, like the Veil achievement, for example, or the Dread Waste one here. If you finish the Claxi rep, that's one of 2 requirements that you need to do for that. If you are not worried about the meta achievements, and you are happy with other ways of farming bronze caches, and you're not worried about completionism, then there's really no sense in working on reps. Although when the character eventually releases to retail, I'm assuming it's going to keep the rep. Seems reasonable to assume that. And then you would be able to go to the quartermaster and buy whatever you want. So that's another consideration, but you just wouldn't be able to do it yet. Funny how this area only has significance to me because of BFA corruption zones, since I never played Mists. I like how cheerful the music is while the Yongle are coming to pillage and burn. Have you gotten your Senatordis title? I want to say no. Let me see. Senatorday. Oh yeah, no, never mind. I did it in 2014. Apparently. Just a casual 10 years ago. You have to do them literally on a Saturday. That's funny. Hi-ho. Oh, hi. Jordanada with a 15-month resub. Thank you very much. Hazel and Chap, been gone a while. What's new? Hope you're well. Thank you very, very much. What is new? I'm addicted to Remix. I'm doing a new thing where I wear uncomfortable clothes during work hours. And by that, I just mean jeans instead of sweatpants. But I only really have, like, 2 pairs of jeans, so... Actually, that's not a problem. You can wear the same pants every day. It's really not a big issue. Especially if you have 2, you know, you spill, like, some soy sauce on a pair, and then you can just, like, wash them. Works out. What is the thread tracker? That is a weak aura. If you, I still don't have links handy to it, but if you Google Remix Thread Tracker Weak Aura, or just Remix Thread Weak Aura Bacon, you'll find it. There's a Wago for it somewhere. Do you know what folder we copy to copy keybinds? No. I always redid them manually. It would have to be like interface or, right? Interface or WTF or something like that. I feel like all your settings are kept in there. But I usually just do it fresh. Work from home, do the same thing with clothes, wear shoes on days that I really struggle with motivation. I have done this kind of off and on, but not off for like a long time because I really hate uncomfortable clothes. I'm really not about them. But I was kind of desperate and I really wanted to find anything that I could possibly do to kind of like mark work hours from not work hours. And one of those things was to put on clothes like first thing in the morning and then you wear them during work hours. I'm not wearing shoes inside. I suppose I could if I had clean ones that were not for going outside, but I have my slippers. I guess I could wear shoes around. Really like Remix. Hope they continue with a different expansion. I think it'd be fun if they did another one. I do need them to not do it during like the beginning of the War Within though, which they wouldn't. That was never their plan. But I need it to not be happening during other stuff that I also want to do because I can't budget my time. Maybe you should wear your smart clothes for streams. These are my smart clothes. Maybe they need to be more uncomfortable. Just spikes everywhere. Just go old-fashioned monk and get a hair shirt. It's good. Actually, good. I had one sweater that's cursed because I ran it through the laundry with some things that I was wearing when I shaved my head once. And for whatever reason, the sweater became absolutely infused with tiny, short shards of hair. It didn't happen to any of the other clothes or any of the other laundry, and it's never happened since. But I have ran it through the dryer and the vacuum and the lint roller and like picked over by hand and then repeated all those things like a bunch of times. And I've come to understand that sweater is cursed and it will never be not itchy to wear because there are like millions of hair shards in it. No matter how much effort you put into getting them out, they're always going to stick into like the seams and the hems and whatnot. Plus, it was a little small for me to begin with, so I can't bring myself to get rid of it because it's really cute and it's really cool. But maybe one day I'll like frame it and stick it on the wall or something because you can't wear it. It hurts. British Hour with Hazel. I don't think I can do I can't do a good accent. I did watch Julie and Julia last night for the first time, which involves Meryl Streep playing the role of Julia Child. And I didn't realize for like most of the movie that Julia Child was American and that Meryl Streep's character is supposed to be American because she plays her as with such delightful goofiness. And I guess it's like 1950s, 40s goofiness. I don't know. Anyway, I thought she was British because every time she comes on screen, she's like, oh, ho, 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 ho. How marvelous. And I thought she was being British. It was that good. I love Meryl. It was very charming. I preferred, it's kind of like, it's a two stories set against each other. And I really preferred the Meryl Streep Julia Child story over the blogging one. But it was still fun. My nameplates. I'm using the add-on called Plater, and I have a Plater profile that you are able to procure there if you want. Such a great movie. Always makes me want lobster. I found the lobster scene kind of relatable because I've never purchased and tried to cook lobster, and I don't think I'll ever do it because I would end up keeping the lobster as a pet. Like it doesn't make any sense because I go fishing. I catch and clean fish. I can harvest my own food, fish wise anyway. But I don't know. Lobsters are cute, man. With their big pinchy claws. They're big goo. They're cute. There was some, like, I never watched it, but I was aware that there was some super viral YouTube series of somebody keeping a grocery store lobster as a pet because it used to get recommended to me and every episode had, like, millions of views. My brain does an annoying thing where it decides that I'll pronounce specific words differently after hearing them pronounced differently. Say can't in a British accent, but am not British. I very much get accent bleed, where if I've been watching a bunch of stuff that was British, like Taskmaster as an example, although you get a bunch of different accents on there. But anyways, if I've watched like a bunch of British TV, it's not that I get the accent, but I'll kind of sort of do it for a little while until I become aware of it, and then I go, cut that out. Stop that before someone hears you. You're embarrassing yourself. Or like I'll keep using like a more British like word like order of words, but without doing the accent. And part of that I think is just Canadianism, and part of it is just me being an absolute sponge. I think it's normal. I think lots of people do that to some extent, but it's something I always worry about because I'm like, I don't want someone to think that I think I'm British because I watched like Greg Davis for 2 hours. Hazel, you didn't read your sub. Oh, I missed one. Hang on. The Saberclaw, thank you for the 42-month resub. Hi, Hazel and chat. Thanks for your latest video on speed leveling and remix. Question, what do you do with your leveling alt in instances? Leave them at the beginning, have them follow, constantly switch. So all three of those are viable. You can leave them at the beginning and they will still get all of the experience. The main reason that you might want to have them /follow is just if you're nervous about the rest of the group getting kind of persnickety about you leaving an AFK character. They shouldn't really care if you're carrying it, like if you're soloing the dungeon on a higher level character, like a trial account anyways. But if you were worried about someone saying something, or them like trying to organize a vote kick, then you could just have the character follow so it's not obvious that they're like not AFK. Watched Penny Dreadful in one go as a marathon. Sounded like I was about to announce dire news for a week straight. Hazel, just wanted to say thank you for all you do. Content has helped me get through some hard times. Lovely to be hanging out. Aw, glad to have you here. Difference between doing the dailies on Remix and doing them on retail. Yeah, I'm doing them on Remix to get bronze to level up my Remix gear so I can get real strong and strong and powerful. I have done the scenarios in the dungeons now, which means I need to do my world bosses and at least one raid. We had to vote kick a carrier yesterday. They left 1 tune at the start. As the healer did not heal us at all, many deaths occurred. Good to know. Yeah. Let's turn these in. I want... World bosses for threads. My threads are currently at 77,000. We're getting roughly 10k threads per day whenever I'm good and I do my world bosses. Especially yesterday with all those dungeons, or all those raids we did. That was good. And we've got 12k. Let's do the helmet. And then we'll work on tinker slots. Specifically if I can find the one that has searing light in. Where did I stick it? Stick it in that one. IGNG, thank you for the 31-month resub. You can right-click your gear instead of dragging. Oh, thank you. Chilling with y'all while I work, so this is perfect for me. Hopefully the shift goes by a bit quicker. Alright, I'm thinking maybe while I'm here, I just try and be brave, and I try and look real quick for a heroic terrace. See if I can squeeze into heroic toes on my 419. Oh, there we go. Not a huge group yet, but we'll get there. Because that's a nice short straight line. It's right here. It'll be some decent bronze. And it'll be fine. Everything will be fine. Plus it'll get our raidly done. Right? Is my guild's mythic garage? I'm scared. You got this. Hellbones, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Okay. Am I happy with the rest of my life? Vaguely. I don't know. I have a lot of gems I don't need. Get these out of here. Maybe so. I don't know about you guys, but I never socket leech or speed or armor. Because, like, you know, you could do damage. You could get damage stats. Versa, I do hang on to. I am not gemming it yet, but I think eventually I will be. You could be even faster. Mastery and speed is DVH. I'm zooming. I feel like I'm fast. I'm going at 210% and I'm walking here. Here's mail. Out of curiosity, when they say carry, are they looking for a carry? Or are they the carry? I'll give this a minute, but if the group's not popping, then I might look for something else. I've been promoted to leader. Oh, they left. Never mind. Alright, let's see if we can find something else. I could form a group, but, you know, I don't know if I'm ready to. Terrace Heroic. World Tour. That would be nice. Do you like double Trailblazer over Blink? I do, but I'm very lazy. It's because I don't remember to press Blink. At least double Trailblazer I benefit from basically all the time. What is my crit up to? 89%. Additional crit that I gain at this point is being earned at a 50% penalty, according to true stat values. Yeah, Hunter. Hi, Hazel. Hello, Sunnymoon. How you doing? 410. Quickly. That's me. Oh, hang on. We're in something. We're in something that has people in it. That's a good start. Yeah, Trailblazer does stack. I've got 2 of them. 1 and 2. Okay, I'm using potions. Oh, we're going. Wow, they were really ready. One moment you think you're never going to get into a group, and the next moment they're pulling. Oh yeah, you've got some big people in here. Was this the World Tour group? I guess I don't know. I'll give it a sec at the end of this to see if they look liable to go to any other raids. That's the cardinal rule of remix, is if somebody starts carrying you, you stay in group until they tell you that they're done, just in case they want to do anything else, and you can just like glom on like a little remora fish underneath a shark. Okay. Scrolls. There we go. What's the beta plan for the day? I'm gonna stay on remix until I feel like I've finished my remix dailies, but if what am I trying to say? People said beta was unstable, so maybe nothing. I wanted to poke around and maybe make a character to like level on, maybe, but I'd be lying if I said I was like super excited about it compared to remix. It's hard to not just remix. All right, and this one, this button. More kill command. Go Squidgy, go. Go Squidgy, go.
4, 3,
2 million.
2, 1.
Oh, I let my I let my thing fall. You're not supposed to let your frenzy fall off. It's dead. 2.4, 2.14 mil. We're helping. I'm still like the worst person in this group, but that's, you know, that's what they say you want to be. Beta doing beta things. Apparently it kept crashing on people. That's what I was hearing this morning, is that it's not very stable yet. Still pretty messed up. Better today than yesterday for DCs. Okay. Remix my BM Hunter, made my mastery at like 175%. Nice. My cloak is still only 78k threads in. My mastery is at 158. But I've got a lot more that I can go. I still have plenty of overhead on my cloak.
Lads.
Don't hide. Aw. Do you ever have a hard time with your self-discipline when it comes to working from home? I am making the switch. It is hard. Any tips? This feels like asking like a dead bird in a gutter if it has flight tips. Because I'm really, really bad at it. I'm trying some things, and I'm like a day in, and I don't feel like I'm qualified to give advice yet.
Lads.
I mean, I guess I can give you the advice that I read while I was researching advice, but I can't tell you from first-hand experience that I've fixed myself or anything because I am in bad shape. I guess the first piece of advice is take it really seriously, because if you don't, it's very easy to get too comfortable and then disorganized and then overwhelmed, and then it's a pipeline straight to depressed and out the other side. It's no good. You don't want to follow where that road leads. So even if it seems silly, whatever you need to do to feel like you have some structure, whether that's where, getting up at a regular time and putting on like outside clothes to wear around the house, maybe it's setting boundaries with other people at home, or like making sure people know what the hours are so they know when you are and aren't available. Maybe pre-making meals so that you're not getting too distracted, like cooking in the middle of the day. I use timers, calendars to kind of block out. I'm going to be focusing from this time to this time. Big ongoing to-do list, that kind of thing. But it's something that's like been really hard for me for a really long time. And there's always the option of if any part of your work can be packed up and taken on the road. Never underestimate a change of scenery, laptop, coffee shop, library. I know it seems silly when you're like working from home instead of from an office, but sometimes just getting out does the trick. But yeah, it's hard. There's a lot of great things about it. It's nice not having a commute. It's a lot of other things are nice too, but I'm right in the middle of that, right there with you. If you want your throne to Heroic to be a success, just get a Havoc 476 Demon Hunter. Problem solved.
Shockwave.
This shockwave. That one sometimes really kills me. I'm going to be as far from it as I can. Haha. Excellent. And we got our raid daily. Oh, they're doing the world tour. We love to see it. Yes. They're going to Throne of Thunder. Oh, there's a portal and everything. Although, I don't know if I can actually take that portal. That's a horde portal. How are you doing today, Madam Hazel? Hope the furry friends are well too. Thanks, honey bun. I'm doing well. Furry friend number 1's right here. Furry friend number 2 is asleep on the couch in the front room. We're good. We're good. I had a hard time getting out of bed this morning, but then Kitty Cat stepped on my head and then I did it. She heard me wake up and then like came and walked to my back, and at first I was like, oh, it's like a back rub, cat massage. And then she walked up my neck and then she stepped on my head and I was like, okay, fine, I'm getting up. You've made your point. Thank you. You are correct. You're all as well. Woke up to the classic cat button face this morning. Okay. I'm probably going to end up catching a summon. Oh, I should have upgraded some gear. I guess if I'm going to catch a summon anyways, I may as well go upgrade my gear. Don't mind me. My sister's cat starts to bite if you don't give them enough attention when you go visit. Okay. I was gonna grab for... Yep. And yep, that'll help too. Oh, so crunchy. So crunchy. One day, I'm gonna... Am I gonna? No, this isn't a real thing that's gonna happen. This is just like a daydream. I have a daydream that one day I'm gonna join a yoga class. And then I'm gonna like basically like gallop in there on hands and feet like Gollum. And then and then they're all gonna be like, all right, and we're going to I don't know, do mountain pose, and there's just gonna be like loud snapping noises coming from my general quadrant of the room. Lack of direction, super lonely. Considered finding a Discord just for the background chatter. Yeah. The one thing that I used to use was when I was really having a really hard time focusing when working from home. I used a service called FocusMate that was a digital co-working service that pairs you with somebody that also wants to focus for that hour that you've booked on the schedule. And the idea is that you're both like on camera, which is super uncomfortable, but that's kind of the point. Like you'll tell each other, hey, I'm trying to work on this schedule. And they'll say, oh, great, I'm trying to work on my thesis. In this hour, I want to, brush up this section of the outline. You say what you want to do, and then you mute so you're not listening to each other the whole time. And then you check in at the end of the session, and it's like the best accountability that I ever worked with. Real uncomfortable, very hard on the social anxiety, but is an option if you are helps for a few things. It was a paid service, but it was pretty affordable. Body doubling, very good ADHD strategy. But yeah, I think it also helps, and I guess it's true for like any workplace, being hyper specific about what you expect to get done in a specific frame of time. Because some people, I think, are magic, and they can just be like, I'm gonna work for an hour, and they just like float around according to some internal algorithm, and they get a bunch of stuff done. But when I do that, I float around, I get a bunch of stuff that nobody needed done, and then I go, well, job done, and then I accomplish nothing. Like, it's just a big mess. Or I get really overwhelmed and go, I don't know what I need to do, and then I don't do anything. So breaking it down into like really tiny pieces, and then being like, I'm gonna do this one, and this is the thing in front of me for XYZ amount of time. Making a checklist helps if you're in a job where your workload's big. There's lots of different methods people use. I saw somebody that had like a cork board and a bulletin board, and they had a hard time sticking to like one task, or like the idea of like, I have to sit down and do this one thing. So if they had 3 things on the list for the day, which is usually a good idea to A, have a to-do list, but B, not have it be super long. Like a to-do list that's like maybe 3, maybe up to 5 things in a day, depending on the size of them, but 3 is a good number. You put your 3 things on the board on like index cards, you tack them all up there, and then you pick one to work on, you take that one down, you bring it to your desk, and then when you're bored of that and you feel like you just can't and you don't want to anymore, anytime you want, you can put it back on the board and take a different one down. And an easy way to kind of A, have a really specific idea of what you're working on without feeling like you're locked into doing this thing that seems impossible, because it's, some people's brains need a little more flexibility. You don't have to have a corkboard to do that, but it's just like an example of how I don't know, one technique I saw somebody do once. But yeah, it probably differs and varies, especially based on what kind of work people do. Varying jobs will have varying levels of like self-directedness versus, and then some people will have to set their own deadlines, and some people have deadlines set on them by other people, and then some jobs have no deadlines. Some jobs have lots of them. Some jobs have like communication you need to stay on top of regularly, and some jobs you're better off just living under. Oh, I should turn on auto loot. A bridge, rock, field. It is on. Oh, well, I should loot things then. Variation huge. What helped me most with focusing on jobs at home was sheer spite against colleagues that obviously don't. Yeah, you can make that work. Nothing like a little competitiveness sometimes. It can be a double-edged sword, but it can definitely get the fire going sometimes. The thing I'm focusing on right now is just reminding myself to really take it seriously, because I've found that the death of me is whenever I start to think, oh, it's not a big deal that I got started a little later. It's not a big deal that I'm going to go take a nap instead of doing this or whatever. Like, the more times you do that, the easier it becomes to do, until eventually you're making those choices without even thinking about it. And even when you want to, you, man. That's very nice. Somebody offered me a piece of transmog. It's like really hard to go in and disrupt those patterns because you've spent time reinforcing them, even if you have every intention of doing things differently. So countering that part of your brain that's like, oh, it doesn't matter, who's gonna know if I scroll on my phone for X amount of time before I start or whatever, because first of all, that X amount of time usually gets out of control, but secondly, even if it doesn't, those little things I found were like big slippery slope. Word on time. I haven't been on beta yet. Alright, let's see how much damage we can do. Once we're all here, of course. Ah, they're in combat. Yeah. Don't feel bad because it's hard. It's hard for a lot of people. It's very normal, and it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you or that you're like lazy or it doesn't mean anything. It's hard. It's just hard. It's very difficult to create the atmosphere and the environment you need to work and focus when you're in the same place that you're used to relaxing in. It's something that a lot of people struggle with. A lot of very smart people that do get a lot done struggle with it too. I'm not one of them, but other people are. Don't let it bum you out. Dress24, thanks for the 27-month resub. Got it, Clavaturnus. Nice. Beware. Am I doing any damage? Yeah, a little bit. Could be better. It's never enough for me. No matter how much gear and how many upgrades I get, it's never enough for me. Hi, Hazel. Did the first few steps of the gigafast leveling. Till I stumbled into a 20 gigagen mage that cleared the entire dungeon in 2 to 3 minutes. Leveled in heroic dungeons till 55, 56, then opened the bonus XP and reached 70. Took an hour and 50. Nice. Yeah, I found I was running into people that were running the dungeons crazy fast, even just in random queue. It was kind of awesome.
Beware.
That's fantastic. Calling clients is painful. Just doing that run got me 20k bronze, all he achieves. I'm so lucky I got into this group. Whoa. Don't mind me. I wonder if they want to do the bridge skip. I am totally fine either way. I'm trying not to do the thing that I always do, which is where I have like 1.5 good days and then I'm like, my life's changed, and then I get like really excited planning the rest of my life, assuming that I'm going to stick with it. I've been down that road a million times and it's always disappointing. And I'm not supposed to do that anymore. I'm just supposed to stay in the present. Don't plan the rest of your life right away. Okay, problem now is the quest glitch. What's the quest glitch? Beta servers are down. That's what I was hearing. What is staying in the present? It mainly means not spending too much time thinking about the past or future. And being a little more aware of what's going on right now, basically. I have a bad habit of getting, like, basically using this fantasy version of a future to numb any discomfort that I feel in the present and like habitually escaping whatever's going on in the moment, because, and then instead daydreaming about, man, things are going to be great when XYZ, even though like clearly I'm not doing anything to get there. I'm spending all this time daydreaming about it. It can be a real vicious cycle you can get caught into. Like, it's nice to have dreams and it's nice to be ambitious, but when you're spending all of your time just like fantasizing about that instead of actually taking actionable steps towards any kind of progress that you want to build, it's not a it can cause you other problems. There's other versions of that same problem where instead of getting really stuck thinking about the future, people get really stuck thinking about the past. Like, they're either like rehashing the past, wishing they'd done things differently, or like wishing they'd said something differently, or wondering, you know, playing the what if game a bunch. And that also doesn't do you a ton of good. Like, there's things you can learn from your past, but there's big diminishing returns on that. Whoa, ow! I have the same problem, it's so hard. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm a big mess. I'm not perfect. I'm not even close to perfect. The solutions and strategies people use to try to be present more often are just kind of getting used to noticing when you are doing the thing, like when you are stuck in the future or the past or whatever, and then just kind of bringing yourself back to an anchor. Some people like using senses for that, like checking in with like what kind of things can you hear, or like, you know, people will play the color game of like name 3 colors that you can see kind of thing, and that like snaps you back into right now. People will do physical re-engaging, where you're like, maybe you're stretching your fingers or like you're pressing your feet into the floor. People will do like traditional like mindfulness meditation, like a breathing exercise that you're very focused on. That can help. And a general meditation practice supposedly makes all of this easier, because you're basically just practicing and training that muscle of noticing that you've gotten away from yourself and then coming back, and then noticing that you've gotten away and then coming back, and doing that a million billion times, and then it gets easier over time. In theory. It's not like I've had any great success, but that's not for lack of trying. I guess I'm getting somewhere. Yeah, there's a million different ways of doing it. The trick is finding something that you like that works for you.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Beware.
Found a remix week course, super helpful. Organizes what you have left to buy in bronze at the bazaar into subsections. Tells you the overall price, how much bronze you have. Week course, super helpful. What is the name of it? What can I look it up by later? I'll make a note of it. That sounds interesting. I want to check it out. Let me open a notepad. Document here. Good afternoon, Hazel. Good afternoon, chat. Good afternoon. All right, don't mind me. I'm coming. Cubby Berry, thanks for the 2-month resub. What's on your SG? Never seen that icon before. That is Call of the Wild. It's a Beast Mastery Hunter 2-minute cooldown. I don't know what it does. Damage. Summons animals. Reduces kill command cooldown. Good stuff. Aw, that's really sweet. Spoiled that. Yeah, it's kind of nice hanging out with you guys because you really give me not that anybody should need permission to like just relax and not try to pretend to have it all together, but you guys on the whole don't really make me feel bad about it, and I appreciate that. It's nice, you know? Not everything needs to be super polished. 10 out of 10. Best community. Give me 1 second. Find it. Okay. I don't need a link or anything. I just need some keywords to... Actually, I can probably try and just Google. Let me see. Let me see if my Google foo's on this. Oh, don't mind me. Remix. Bronze. Shopping? Let's say vendor, maybe. Weekora. Bronze shopping list. There's a YouTube video. Remix checklist. Where's the vendor? Where's the Weekora? Don't mind me. Oh, I'm surprised I didn't pull a whole bunch of them. Also interested. Yeah, supposedly a Weekora. I'm kind of curious to check it out because I have a lot of shopping left to do. My biggest thing is prioritizing sets based on amounts collected. Because some sets I'll have like only 3 to 5 appearances missing, and I want to buy those last. ATT can calculate how much bronze you need, for sure. Kitty, you're so nice and warm. She was mad at me last night. I came to bed, and she gave me like a big speech. She said, "Beware." I think it's because I was busy yesterday, but I was in the office for a good chunk of the day. Travis, on a 5 stream streak. Thank you very much. Title says, is Pandaria Bronze Completion. Oh, thank you. Let me see. Pandaria Bronze Completion Weekora. I see it. I see it. I'm going to open that in a tab and just kind of leave it open for the moment. It looks like that's the link. Vaguely. Comprehensive completion tracker of items purchasable with bronze in WoW Remix Pandaria tracks which items you've acquired, displays the amounts of bronze needed to acquire all remaining purchasable items, displaying progress in separate categories and remaining total bronze needed as an aggregate value updates on bronze acquisition. So it looks like it's... Ooh, that's kind of cool. I almost called it yummy. I just clicked on the screenshot for it. You know what? It is yummy. Delicious. Welcome very much. I need to do better sleep hygiene in the evenings.
Beware.
I've been off my game. I've been trying to go to bed early because I've been waking up early. And I'm very attached to getting lots of sleep. So I'm trying to like do my schedule so I can get up early but still have like 8.5 hours of sleep. But the problem is that means I'm going to bed at like 9. And first of all, it's not even dark out. Second of all, even though I've been like getting in bed and doing all the things, I'm just not, even if I'm exhausted, I'm still not falling asleep right away. And I think that maybe some better, usually like a screen-free wind down period really does the trick where I'm like for an hour before bed, just like not gaming or watching TV or anything, just like, I don't know, cross-stitching or reading or like just listening to music or, you know, chatting, that kind of thing without being hyper engaged, and that usually helps a lot. Maybe I'll try it tonight. I hate going to bed at 9, feels like a waste of the day. There's so much more time left. Yeah. I'm not sold on it, but I know that I want to get up. Getting up early has been working so far, and I know that I'm gonna need the sleep. I guess I could just start napping every afternoon, and I can do that once in a while to like catch up, but I don't know about every day. Maybe if I start cross-stitching again, I'll be able to finish this Christmas stocking I'm working on before next Christmas. It's already missed 2 Christmases since I started the project, but maybe it'll be ready for the next one. Put some time in on the hootie hoos. I'm trying to like cross-stitch like a stocking front that has owls, little baby owls with like scarves and hats and stuff on it. It's pretty relaxing. It's pretty nice. Although you do need decent light to do it, which maybe isn't conducive with having like nice dim lighting to like help get sleepy. Floppy said I just needed more Red Bull. And he might be right, but I'm not ready to open that door yet. I'm going to leave the rocket fuel alone for the moment. Long time, working days, so much, but I make money now. Oh, congratulations. Always helpful for purchasing things and paying for housing. Good. Energy drinks do not work on me. Do a fish one, call them Hootie and the Blowfish. I would love to do a fish cross stitch, but I need to finish the one that I have before I start any new ones. Also, the problem I have with fiber arts, like embroidery and cross stitch, is there's only so many places in my life that require embroidery and cross stitching, and outside of that, I'm just making a bunch of wall art that I don't particularly want to put up. I guess I could have like one spot that is for displaying the fiber art creation du jour, and then I just rotate them. Like you have a little box with a bunch of different cross stitch pieces you've made, and then instead of having them all over the house, you just have one spot and you rotate. You can do them seasonally. Oh my god, I wanted to buy... I didn't do it because I recognized the insanity as it was passing over my brain, but I really wanted to buy my dog seasonal dog collars so that he could have like his spring collar and his summer collar and his fall collar and his winter collar, and then I went, stop! He's a dog, he does not care. That is for you, and you don't need it. I didn't buy 4 collars. I didn't get carried away. I just found a Canadian company that makes dog collars in Canada, and I we're trying out a new harness that doesn't have a spot for his ID, so he would need to wear a collar again with it. He's been doing heel training. He's very good, but he gets a little impatient sometimes, which is fair. It's hard. I'm asking a lot. Oh, speaking of pets. There you go. Whatever I make, if I don't want it, can give it away with love to someone else who will enjoy it. Aw. Plus Halloween and Christmas, I may have done that. I have like a bunch of fabric tote bags that if I ever felt like I was good enough at embroidery, I could totally embroider those. I haven't been, it's because I've been too busy, not busy. I haven't been busy at all. I haven't been touching it. I've been unwilling to start any new needlework projects until I finish that one cross stitch that I've not been doing. Therefore, I haven't been doing any needlework. That's the trouble. It's the I don't want to start a thing because this other thing is still pending syndrome. And the answer is either give up or finish it. Are you training him to be your next raid healer? He would do a very good job. He's so smart. He learns a new command within about 5 minutes. Like once it's kind of clicked in his head, which happens really fast, he's good. And then it's just a question of repetition to make it muscle memory for him. But like the initial comprehension stage, he is lightning fast at. And I'm so proud of him because he's such a good boy and he's really fluffy and he's got these big stompy paws and these really soft floppy ears. Blah, blah. I'm tired. I got a little mushy when I'm tired. Thought you were talking about Flabby. Flabby and Ghost Wolf. Big stompy paws. Floppy ears. Best boy. Alright, Durimu time. Go!
Run out.
Well, I'm supposed to run out.
Watch your feet.
Is that a BM Hunter? It is.
Danger, danger. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay. Whew. Flabby's my bestie. This fight used to be pretty hilarious in LFR back in the day. That hurt. That hurts. Turtle. Feign death. Save yourself. So I know I used to talk about wanting to buy like a big house. Well, not a big house. A small house on a big property out in the woods where I could, I don't know, mow the lawn, plant vegetables, etc. But like, if I can't afford that, and also the woods is really far away, and then the affordable woods is really, really far away, and I still want to be able to like see my mother and my nephew and my sister and stuff, then what if you made your peace with a condo, but it was like a cute one downtown? I guess not downtown. If I lived in like 490 square feet, I could afford a place with windows. Ow. How do shepherd ears work? Do they get pointy over time? Only had floppy ear dogs. So sometimes you'll see like a puppy, like they start out kind of floppy, and then as they get older, the cartilage builds up so they can point up all the time. But you can kind of tell when a puppy's ears are going to stand up because like you'll see little puppies that have ears that are kind of like doing this, where they like are up, but they're like leaning on each other a little bit. Um, Moosey's ears were supposed to stand up technically based on his breeds, but he's such a mix that I guess the floppy ear genes kicked in, so his are kind of half and half. Love pixie hair, looks so cute. Aw, thanks. Don't you already have Windows on your PC? You laugh, but Windows are a sign of wealth. They might even face, like, I don't know, the sun of you. Some of these places allow dogs. It's crazy to me that there will be, like, a townhouse, which is a type of connected living, if you guys don't have them. Some of you do, I'm sure. Where you will have neighbors attached to either side, but not above and below you. And they'll be like, you can have a dog or a cat. Because, like, apparently they care that you have a cat in your place. This isn't a rental, by the way. These are places you own. The stratas will be like, one dog or cat. And your dog can be, like, 50 pounds or less. And it's like, what do you care how big the dog is? They make just as, like, the size of the dog does not necessarily correlate with the noise. And there's not even anybody underneath me. But then, like, you'll have a condo where there are absolutely people below you. And they're like, yeah, bring pets, whatever. Like, not all of them, but it just doesn't make any sense to me. I'm trying to imagine Moose using an elevator. I don't think he would like it. But what if he had a view? Listen, bud, I can't afford to buy you a yard. But how do you feel about a view? You want to live in a high rise? Probably not. Condo could be a great investment. That is the one thing about buying in the city, is that there's lots of things that are great investments real estate wise around here. But in Victoria, I live in Victoria, BC. Property here is very unlikely to go down in value. It's just not very likely. There's only so much geographic area that they're allowed to develop. There are a lot of rules about what kind of things are allowed to be developed. And it is growing, like there are new things being built, but generally speaking, any place that you can shove a human being in here holds value really well because it's a growing city that has no room for anybody to live in. So it wouldn't have to be a forever thing. I don't know what I want. The right answer is probably don't move yet, because even if you were financially ready, I'm probably not, like, mentally ready. Moving and buying a place, I think, is really, really stressful, and my mental health just isn't really stable enough to deal, I don't think. I think it would be possible, but, like, real spooky. I'm dead. Is healthcare good? Wouldn't know. Don't know how to access it. Can't get a doctor. Trying not to get sick. Are we ever mentally ready? You've got a point, but I've got a fairly solid read on my general well-being graph, and it's been better. On a lighter note, have you hit 1 million DPS yet? You betcha. Absolutely. We just bought a house, very stressful, but the knowledge of owning your own place is a huge comfort. But yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Try and take one day at a time. Good evening, stream. Good evening. property taxes can be a lot, I understand, but also I feel like if you want out, you're gonna need to be a sovereign nation, and that comes with its own problems. I remember the first time I got a paycheck and I saw the income tax, and I'm like, wait, why? Yeah. You learned a deal. How much is it? I have no clue. That's a complicated question. I'm not prepared to answer. Cash is right. We are getting a little political. Let's scooch right along. Squidgy's not a pumper. Squidgy is carried by pumpers. She's at the item level where she's good enough to get into the pumper groups, but she's not strong enough to actually be pumping on her own. Also, I've died in a few fights. I can maybe scrape 2 mil DPS on a good fight. I haven't been in beta yet. We did a bunch of alpha though. Back when alpha was released. We leveled through the different zones. We tried a bunch of dungeons and delves and hero talents and whatnot. What item level did you start doing a mil DPS at? I want to say like 400. I don't know if that's like 100% true, but that's, if I had to guess, I would say around there. There we go. I'm doing 3 mil now. Woohoo! Ow. I'm dead. Don't mind me. Yeah, I'm still dumping bronze into gear. I'm 420 now. Nice. Etc, etc. So I got another 50 item levels to go. Why are there no healers? Where we're going, we don't need healers. Or second tanks. Besides, nothing... I feel like you're either one-shot or you're not. There's people's leech and whatnot. And their gems pretty much keeps the healing sorted. Do we release here? Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Get any good pieces? Mostly have good gear. My gear is pretty decent. I was gonna go through it at the end. I have picked up some epics, but I don't know if any of them are upgrades. The only piece that I'm not wearing an epic in right now is my chest piece, and that'll be the main thing. It looks like I did not get any epic chest pieces yet. Or at least not any wearable ones. Yeah, I'm in a heroic again. I didn't plan to get into Heroic Throne, but I got into a Heroic Toes group that started doing a world tour after that. So I'm sticking around for as long as they're willing to keep me. Ow, 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 ow. Ow. Don't mind me. I tried to band-aid my way through it, and it almost worked. Heroic Toes was not a word combo I was expecting to hear today. This is kind of nice lighting. I know it was like there to electrocute me, but it's kind of cute looking. I'm coming. There's not a chance I live through this fight, by the way. It's just not happening. We can try. My problem is that I don't understand it. Here, let me grab Hilda. Give me an extra 8% health. I've got 2.6 mil now. 2.7 almost. So someone needs to soak those or something? Ow. Oh well. Magic, thank you for the 4-month resub. Best streamer / YouTuber ever. Oh. Are your toes heroic or normal? Listen, my toes are heroic. They have to carry me around all day. After, it's a pretty long fight. I wonder if I can get away with taking a break in the middle of it. No, there's only one more boss after this. I'll stay put. After I finish dailies for the day, which means as many raids as this group is willing to do, and then also world bosses. I'm assuming that beta is going to be still a mess, so on Remix, I have this like level 25 character that I'm partway through my own power leveling strat on, and I want to keep at it and try the rest of it and see if it still works. I posted a video this morning about leveling to 70 in 2 hours. It was something I did a couple days ago, and I just got the video finished this morning. Remix Mythic Siege isn't that bad. Got my tusks. Nice.
Beware.
I totally could have AFK'd. %48. 47. Beta's been kicking me out every 2 minutes. Gave up on beta for now. Scale Commander Evoke. Fun times though. Was the Worgen in the video you? I recorded all of it. I made the Worgen Warrior. That's the new ult that I made to test it out. That's the one I would finish leveling today on stream. There was another warrior in some of those dungeon footages that was carrying the groups, and that's not somebody that I know. I just got lucky to get into a group with somebody that was like power leveling or powering through dungeons. They were probably carrying one of their own alts or friends or something, because they were just doing a ton of dungeons, and it was good. I tagged along. Didn't think you liked Worgen. I figured my main reason for doing a Worgen was Jess is a super cool name for a Worgen because of Deadmine's boss. But then B, I don't have Worgen Heritage Armor, so if I'm gonna stomach it, then I may as well do it in Remix super fast, and then I can just get the Heritage Armor and then have done with it. Plus, I find that I like male Worgen a little better than female Worgen. Female Worgen just aren't my thing, I think. As a male Worgen, he looks tolerable. It's not my favorite thing, but it'll do.
Beware.
But it's fun leveling Remix ults where you don't know what they're doing and it doesn't matter. At first I was like, wait, I haven't equipped my upgrades or spent my talent points or socketed any of my gems. And then I realized, wait, it does not matter. press Q, use Whirlwind, profit. Hello, Hazel and chat. How is everyone? Hello, Nanny. I'm doing well. How are you? I'm a little tired, but I'm papering over it with caffeine for the moment. It'll catch up with me later, but not yet. Worgen all white fur with red eyes. What class Worgen? A warrior. Arms warrior. Because I've been playing some Fury, but no arms. Aw, thanks. Thank you very much for picking me up. Raden. Gonna try for Mythic Siege. I think I have to dip for Mythic Siege. I'll do the Raden, but I don't think I'm qualified for Mythic Siege. They might be able to carry it, but I want them to bring someone that's not me. Remind me when to open all my mailbox XP from unlooted bosses. After you've got your cloak threads, your cloak XP threads all sorted. You want to be 300% or higher bonus XP in your cloak. It's after you've finished normal normal throne. Or pardon me, normal toes. How do you choose talents without Wowhead telling you what to do? Oh, on beta. I hear it's something to do with reading, but that doesn't sound like it's true. How could it be? Also leaving for Siege might be rough. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna mess with it. That's a later me kind of accomplishment. Yeah, too much words. My main contribution to this raid is getting in the corner and pressing Lifestorm. Oh, my Lifestorm's on cooldown. I guess my contribution is going to be, I'm bringing the cute hunter pets. That's what we got. Which health can I get up to? Almost 3 mil. Most of the talents sound great on paper. Don't know if it's the right choice. I think the fun thing with beta is just messing around with things. No one's really going to expect you to be optimized. So just trying different things to see what the visuals look like, and does it feel fun? Does it give you interesting procs? Do you feel like you're killing stuff fast kind of thing? Oh yeah, all kinds of Lifestorm. Did we do it? Nope, something else is going on. Oh no, we did it. There's loot here. Okay, I'm going to drop, and I'm going to hearth, and then I'm going to take a short break and then come right back. Okay, one of these. Kitty, I gotta sit down. I got you. Hi. Welcome back. I guess I'm the one that's coming back, so welcome. Welcome back to me. All right, we got some bronze, I'm sure. What time is it? Quarter to... Ooh, lots of gear, too. Are any of them chest pieces? That's the main thing I want. No epic chest pieces. I don't think I'm going to worry about the rest of the stuff, because it looks like my gear's pretty... My epic gear's fine. It's pretty solid. So I think I'm just going to scrap a bunch of stuff. Oh, 15k bronze. That was perfect. Oh, and I haven't even turned in the raid daily yet. That was great. I can get lots and lots of upgrades. Let's just chuck all... Haste Mastery. Not gonna worry about it. Not gonna worry about it. I can optimize my stats later. Plus, my stats are pretty good. We hear you twice. Am I echoing somehow? Do you have the stream open twice? Do I have the stream open twice? Okay. Jump 20 item levels like 2 days. The heroic raids is really absolutely what does it. That was true. As you start getting a ton more bronze as soon as you start doing heroic raids regularly, and then you're really cruising. I've never done all LFR wings. I don't know how much bronze you get from doing that. I know WoW had said 10k plus, but that wasn't a very specific number. So I need to do world bosses still, because my threads are doing good. We're at 80k, 81k. But I can still go do, we haven't done any world bosses at all. Let's turn in the raid daily. Oh, I turned it in already, that's right. Well, let's upgrade some stuff then. Who needs an upgrade? 472, basically just legs, and then chest, and then feet. And now we're up to 423.5, and I'm saving up again for the next rank of bow upgrade, because that's going to be another 1100 agi, and that's going to feel real good. I guess I'll get rid of extra. Well, I can do it later. I scrapped gems pretty recently. I don't need to do it like 5 times a day. Weapon's really what kills your bronze. It's so much main stat though. You know who really gets a short end of the stick is Fury Warriors with 2 two-handers. They apparently get a discount on the second one after upgrading the first one, but still. Kind of brutal. We'll north first. We'll do Shaw and then Undasta. Glad H Priest is getting Serendipity back. Functionality is the same, but I like the spell type. Yeah, my new warrior is arms, because I didn't want to deal with that, but also I've played Fury. I want to do something different. Which, as it turns out, is Mortal Strike and then auto attack a bunch. At least at the level that I'm at. Hi, y'all. Hello, Jeffrey. How are you doing today? Yeah, it is. You only pay 5% of the upgrade cost for the second piece, but even weapon upgrades are so expensive for two-handers that 5% is still kind of stinky. SMF is fun. Wasn't too sad about the DPS. Nice. Any chance that I'm like real lucky and that I can get into this group that has it up? Yes. Is it still up? Oh, it's coming up. This is the best day. I need a snack. When I got up and took my break, my partner came home and brought me a hash brown. And it was really good because I was hungry. I had a huge bowl of oatmeal for breakfast with like flax seeds and blueberries, and it was delicious, and it was about 2 hours later and I'm starving. Okay, Undasta. Day's going. How's the remixing? Good today. Good. I'm climbing. We're cruising. We're trying to do lots of damage. We're getting there. I can't wait until I'm 470, man. I'm so antsy for it. It's not going to be for a few more days unless I just lose my mind, and I don't know. I can't really grind that much at a certain point. Like, even if I did all the heroic raids, which does not sound like me, even if I did the rest of the heroic raids, I still can't grind that much because I would run out of heroic raids, and then I would be like, well, what are you going to do, an open world farm? Dungeons? LFR? Stinky. I don't know. I guess I could. I'm just so impatient. Couple of free threads. Remix has me try and Destro Lock for the first time. Oh, that's true, yeah. If I really wanted to grind, I could do Siege of Orgrimmar on LFR, and Siege of Orgrimmar on normal, and Siege of Orgrimmar on heroic, and Siege of Orgrimmar on mythic. Blah. That's my problem with Siege. It's just too long. It's so long. I really want a mythic Garrosh feat of strength. Need to upgrade my gear. Only have one warrior, but I feel like I could have another. Just try arms again. Never be afraid of having duplicate alts of the same class. There's literally no reason why not. I mean, maybe there's not a good reason why, but there are reasons you might want just more characters. If you like a class, make a bunch of them. Make them of a bunch of different races, you know? Have an assortment. Okay, big dino dead. Ooh, waiting room. Need more. He'll spawn soon if we're all waiting. Good time to catch up on gems, I suppose. Are you getting down? Are you sure? I haven't done Galleon yet. I'm going north first. I'll do Galleon before the Timeless Owl stuff later on. Kitty, what if you just sat and hang out with me? I know I'm being really needy, but like, please. Okay, you can go. You don't have to, but there's free pets in it for you. What do you think? Free pets? No. Okay. Alright. You know, come again anytime. No beta yet. It's been... The word on the street is that it's been unstable today. Recently did Lore Master of Pandaria on my main. I ain't doing it again. That's fair. I originally thought I was going to be a lot more completionist about the achievements, but especially with like them having bronze and stuff, but at a certain point it just felt faster for me to do raids for bronze. Plus it gets kind of fun when your gear gets all powered up and stuff. Wonder if Corcoran Dark Shaman can naturally drop. My guess is that it cannot. In Remix. It can in regular. But, oh, Dust time. They made a post about how, like, bosses won't drop their normal loot because they're dropping Remix loot in Remix. And I don't know if that extends to raid bosses. They were talking about world bosses, but I would assume so. Okay. And then Isle of Thunder. I got Stam there. Isle of Thunder would be for Nalik and then for... Oh, hey. Stuff. I guess I didn't loot everything. Ooh, bronze. Isle of Thunder would be for Nalik, and then also I can do the Trove. Okay. Another 3,000 bronze, and then we'll be 2,700 bronze, and we'll have our weapon upgrade. Have to wait for green fire. Only recently learned that you can right-click all the notification pop-ups. Such a game changer. I wonder if Leatrix can do it. I've been right-clicking them. I don't think it's alert frames that I want. Oh, don't mind me. Raid's good bronze. Yeah. Do you know about the ally or horde farm? I don't. Manage. I wonder if it's alert farms. I guess it's not that big of a deal. It's just whenever you loot something, you just get so many of them. The little frames that pop up like here in the middle. Oh, also we're nearly there. Dawn Point or Lion's Landing mobs pop up pretty quickly. That's a good idea. Was the weak or helpful? Oh, I haven't installed it yet. I totally forgot, but that is a good idea. I'm doing world bosses, but if I remember after that. After world bosses, but before my warrior alt. Okay, so I already picked up my key. I should have a palace key here. Let's do Nalik first and then the palace. Evening, Hazel and chat. Good evening, Mrs. Rock Guru. I hope things are going well. I guess that kind of sounds like a question, which makes it sound vaguely threatening. I hope things are going well. Aren't they? Everything's fine. I'm a little off the rocker. No, we need Warmer thingies. Sounds like a Chromie line. Can I? Yeah. Oh, it feels so good when you kill regular mobs after you've gotten a bunch of gear upgrades since the last time you did it. You don't even have to do anything fancy. Watch the 72 hours video. Can't wait to try this after work. I want to do it again. I want to do it more, especially if there's a chance that they fix it. I want to do it sooner rather than later. Assuming that they haven't done anything already. Timeless Thunder always makes me feel like I want to be fast. Oh, I should have used where's my yak fur? There's my yak fur. Any Nalek? No. Nalek's not up, and you can tell because he's like literally not up. Whoa. Okay. Weight room? Sure. I've come around on these weight room groups. I didn't believe in them for a while, but I figure if it's not here, I just assume they've been waiting a while. Don't think they'll fix it. They'd have to do something kind of interesting to fix it because it's not really like abusing anything that's out of the way. It's just kind of doing regular leveling mechanics in a particular order. It's cheesy for sure, but it's like a sneaky kind of cheese. Plus, you know, remix leveling is supposed to be fast. It's not like we're missing the spirit of things too heavily. The next thing I want to poke around with more and try out would be I want to mess around more with trial account alt multi-boxing, like having a trial account character. I made a priest. I named him Novor because he's going to be holy novaing as a job. And I want to work a little more on getting him fully set up to like carry my own alts basically. Sneaky cheese, my favorite kind of cheese. Oh, now I like that. Nice. A little extra haste. I was in a dungeon yesterday that had a dual box alt. They're getting, like, they've been around since basically the beginning of Remix, but they're getting more popular by the day. I think more and more people are realizing that you don't need, like, to pay for a second account, and you don't need 2 computers, and you don't need any kind of software. Like, it's not as there's not as many barriers to entry as there used to be for that kind of thing, and more, like, once upon a time, if you were going to try to run a bunch of instances of WoW, or like even 2 of them at the same time on one computer, that was going to need to be a really good computer. And nowadays, people's hardware's kind of caught up a bit. Okay. Live, laugh, love. Believe in yourself. Don't let your dreams be bronze that you don't loot. Don't stand in the stunts. What am I doing? I don't need that bronze. It was 9 bronze. It wasn't worth it. Also, I don't have my my speed pet out right now. That's not going to do. I've mentioned it before, but I saw a pillow that was on somebody's couch in a real estate listing, and it said "Live, Laugh, Lake," and I, like, inexplicably wanted it. I'm not a big sayings on walls or cushions or signs person. I've seen a lot of real estate listings of homes that have, like, their kitchen labeled as kitchen as though you're going to forget where you are while you're eating or cooking. But what can I say? I like the lake. Legendary spool. I haven't had one of those from one of these chests in a little bit.
Kill Big Ad.
I know this one's like right here, but like every time I try to actually get it, I just can't. I just can't even jump that high. I don't think you're supposed to. I think you're supposed to jump back up or like have, I don't know. There's like items you can do, and demon hunters can just double jump because they're all cheaters. Every last one of them. Especially that Flooby. This is gonna hurt a tiny bit. The benefit of a trial account is that they get locked at level 20. You cannot level past 20 in a trial account. And 20 happens to be a really favorable level for scaling and remix. Like a level 20, even if they're not particularly like, even if they don't have a good cloak, they're still going to be doing a lot of damage. But then because you're locked at level 20, that character is powering up their cloak as they continue to do dungeons and play. And those stats that they get are scaling crazy big because they're still level 20 with like a big cloak. So you end up with this character that doesn't even need any spells. They just run around and do like one thing, and it's crazy strong. It's usually a holy priest doing holy nova. And they don't take too long to set up either, because it's not like you have to level them super far. Yeah, decent luck with this spool today. I got one legendary spool and a handful of eternal ones, like the purple ones. And I didn't even have to, I haven't even done a very good job. Ow, every time. Finished farming Mythic Siege for all the weapon mods. Now it's smooth sailing for the rest. Nice. To get into this, you need to get a palace key from doing a daily. You just turn it in at your Throne of Thunder hub for 10 lesser charms of good fortune. They give you 1 key per day. And then you go talk to the panda lady in the cave that's kind of to the left of the stairs if you're heading up to go do like Nalek or Throne of Thunder. And she'll port you in for 1 key.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
I can't jump on anything.
3, 2, 1.
No, no, so close. Yeah, I don't have the Venthyr gem on me. Besides, I do like running double Trailblazer for that. Okay. Nice. So now... Crit. How are you supposed to get it done if one of the early quests say no? What do you mean? Okay, we're gonna do Galleon, and then the Timeless Isle world bosses, and then Squidgy really is done unless she decides to do more heroic raids. Yeah, I haven't had the quest glitch happen yet. I don't know anything about it. It sounds awful. Because the only quests that I did were the 2 to skip the, like, skip the cloak intro, skip the, whatchamacallem, the cutscene that, like, puts you on the boat. I don't even do the Zeppelin quest. Like, as soon as you unlock dungeons, you're right in there. Hello, hello. Destinemu Gaming. How are things? NPC you need to hand it into is just not there. Oh, that sucks. It seems like you could just bypass it, though. Just get around it. Unless you were working on Lore Master. Or trying to do the zone campaign meta. How we doing? More gems. Always more gems. Endless gems. I don't know why I'm still carrying around my Word of Salva. It's for no reason. We don't need it anymore. It's dead. Oh, waiting room. Yeah, okay. Remix has only been out for like, what, a week and a half, 2 weeks? It feels like it's been forever. I feel like I've always lived here. We're getting close to being able to do the weapon again. I think that'll help a lot. Is that a good helmet? Mastery speed. Nah, I got mastery crit. Oh, actually, while I'm waiting, this is a good time for me to install that weak aura. Whoa. Can I shrink it? Maybe not without breaking it. Oh, maybe it'll only open at a vendor. That's probably good. One of my favorite things about waiting for bosses in any kind of area where you tend to get a lot of collectors is people whip out the coolest mounts, and sometimes you end up in mount offs with people. What do we got? How do we show off? I guess I could sort them by rarity. If I have... Oh no, I don't have Mount Drill Enhanced on, do I? Otherwise they would be like golden and stuff. Oh, Galleon time. Mastery. And then 2 more world bosses, and then we're ready to oh, maybe it's because I was in... I don't know. Actually, let me scooch that so that it's like a little bit below the my other weak auras there. So I have all of... So this says that I need another 607,750 bronze. And it says that I have all of the trading post recolors, all of the mounts. So this is doing it by bronze. Heroic mythic sets. Okay. Oh yeah, and then the Garrosh heirlooms. Those take quite a lot of bronze, don't they? Although 607,000... Yeah, I guess actually that is quite a bit. I guess I don't know what the number started at. I'm going to assume it was a lot. because I'm not making any progress towards this until much later when I get my gear all fully upgraded. We're not quite there yet. Siege group got stuck in the pipe. Oh no. Got caught up on campaign 3 of Critical Role. Naturally started watching campaign 2. Oh, that'll keep you busy for a while. 140 some episodes. I've never seen those, but I used to, whenever I really needed like a big project. I want that WeekAura to show, but like not right now. I'm so bad at messing with WeekAuras. I guess I could just delete it and turn it back on later. Can't I hide it or turn it off? Power button. Power down. Unload. Here, let's turn it to never for the moment, and then we can take that back off. There we go. Go to load, then never. You betcha. I used to, whenever I wanted like a really long show or something to keep me busy for like an insane amount of time, historical Chinese dramas with subtitles, those will go for like hundreds of episodes that are all like an hour and 10 minutes each. There's a demon hunter. Do I know that demon hunter? Sometimes I know demon hunters. Nope. I definitely don't know that one. I got like a tiny glimpse of the name and I'm like, oh, hang on. There's another one. I thought I saw Fluby's mug. I did see Fluby's mug. Alright. Also, we're going up to Ordos. But there was another demon hunter that was for sure not Fluby. Oh, he's up. Uh-oh. I need to make it there. Run! Wait for me! Tag it! Okay. Nice. Alright. 2 easy legendary spools. Some haste. Some crit. And I think I can just leave this character here. And she should be all set for later. Craziest thing I've seen so far in Remix is a bear tank at 35 million HP. Holy smokes. That's a cool WeekAura. I didn't check out the vendor interface yet. But I'm not ready to be shopping. You know what I want to do? I want to see if I can finish. Actually, I only have 45 minutes left in the stream. I don't know if I have enough time. I have this character started. And I'm doing the thing that I posted the video about this morning. And I want to keep at it and see how much more I can do. How much I can get through. So, he just finished MSV, which means that he needs to do heroic dungeons to get to 35 so that he can do Heart of Fear. So we need to random heroic time running dungeon and then continue to just keep all his XP tokens safely tucked away in the mailbox. Oh, I should turn his name back on. I just got a new guild rank. I'm a Frog Ranger. Also, I gave him the Jenkins title because I just liked how it looked like a name. It looked like a 2-part name with the title. Watch Critical Role mostly for the fun story. Learning a lot how to play RP. Be a better D&D player. DPS queues got so fast. Leroy's third cousin on his father's side. So this part should take like 6 dungeons or so. Something like that. I've been picking up the dungeon quests with the understanding that I want to kind of maybe turn them in later. Well, I guess I could turn these ones in this time if I do at least the shoved out one. Yeah, so this person's carrying on a... The tank is the same player as the healer. The tank is AFK at the beginning, and they'll stay AFK at the beginning, and the healer's just going to tank everything on this level 20 Holy Priest. Is the plan. It should work just fine. They should be able to just kind of pulling over their way through the whole thing.
Watch your feet.
Keep forgetting to get that title.
Killads. Watch your feet.
I think it's pretty easy. Should be still in the game. It was like one of the earliest titles that I ever got. I think the first one might have been Explorer, but after that. How you liking the Worgen life? I'm as cool as I can be, but it's definitely not me, but I'm gonna stick it out for Heritage Armor. Plus, he's kind of neat. Any, I want those ones. Never eat in time, and then I get hungry. Then I don't want to eat because it's late. That is the struggle. That is hard. I end up doing that, and then either trying to like go to bed before I'm done digesting, which is a mistake, or just like go to bed hungry, which is depressing. I always do a little better on the days that I actually plan out what I'm gonna make and or eat in advance. Even if the plan is takeout, if I know that like early in the day, then I end up getting it like way earlier than if I just like wait until I'm like, oh geez, it's 7:30. Pizza? Question mark? Am I doing any damage? Not really. Doesn't matter. You know what? I'm doing like 1 to 2k. It'll do. Couple sets that look good on Worgen. He's just wearing right now like the time walking gear. Okay, so he's gonna... I'll turn in one of these. And then loot the rest of the stuff from the mail. With the add-on. So that I don't pick up any of these XP items. Here, I'll queue for tank. Fluby's gonna do this one anyway. We did that last one with the tank AFK at the entrance. Tanks are kind of optional. I'm always afraid I'm gonna accidentally like loot that whole thing. Just like muscle memory click the open all button before I'm ready to do it. Yeah, I always get one thread of crit that I can't use from the mailbox. I've just been deleting them because it's literally like one crit. But yeah, it seems like it's always bugged that there's always like one. So I have an add-on that lets me loot all that mail without picking up the XP items. And I talk all about it in my latest YouTube video that I just posted this morning, hot off the press. Look who's a YouTuber, it's me. The other nice thing about being a Worgen for this is that you have Dark Flight. So you have an extra sprint if you need it for keeping up. You don't technically need to keep up necessarily, but it feels nice to not be left behind. You did the thing. I'm all tickled pink that a couple people have mentioned it. Oh, people are watching it. Aw, thanks, guys. You know how to make a girl feel special. I also ended up with the unusable threads of crit. I just deleted them. They're just singles. You can live without the one crit. Watched it this morning. I bet if I did do normal raids instead of heroic on Squidgy for her raid clears, I could be like the people's hero that's carrying all the people that are trying to do this right now. Because all of the 400 plus DPS are in heroic. They don't do normals because the lockout is exclusive with heroics for raids. So I bet if Squidgy did the normals, she would be like really helpful. And if I wasn't going to do the heroic anyway because I'm lazy. What has she not done? MSV, Heart of Fear. Because I did Toes and then Siege, although Siege you can do any of them. She hasn't done MSV or Heart of Fear yet. Whoa. I do find I have to mash the button a few times for the add-on for Remix Mail Helper. I don't think the raid pets drop in Remix. I got a Direhorn hatchling, but I think that might have been a quest item or something. I don't know. I also deleted the poor guy. I am not looting bodies as part of the power leveling strategy. But I detail in my newest YouTube video. The gist of it is you leave stuff on the ground, it goes to your mail. You use an add-on, or you could manually do it to pick out all of the loot, but while leaving the bonus XP items on the ground. And then after you've done each of the raids once, you loot all the XP items once your cloak is all powered up with like a bunch of extra bonus XP. You could also, with auto loot turned off, you can open this up and like go through and pick out everything but that XP token, and that would work too. It just takes longer. Wow, diary second printing autographed by John Stats arrived. Very nice. That's exciting. I remember that book. $37, $3.57. Is it time to check my mail? Get to for the strategy, you would want to get to 40 and then do toes. But if you're at 357, it might be enough. Because that's a pretty big XP buff. So you do need to loot the XP threads and whatnot, but you can get them from your mailbox. List of green bars on the left-hand side. So that was a weak aura called Pandaria Bronze Completion that I only tried out today. I have a link for it right there, though. No, XP buffs have no effect on fully leveled characters. I just hit level 30. doing any season 4. Haven't done anything since I didn't go for the legendary anymore. I did my season 4 goals pretty early. I got my Keystone Master in the first 2 weeks, and then did the raids, you know, on guild raid nights. Here, I'll go through and look for any XP threads. Or not. Don't worry about it. I've been done for a while. I haven't done any vicious mount farming, and at this point I'm probably not going to unless I just, like, I don't know, wake up with a new personality and decide that I really want to do it. The mount is cool, but I'm pretty burned on arena. I don't really want a PvP. I'm having too much fun being all comfy and just doing collecting and alt leveling and stuff. I'm so happy that videos, people are watching. It already has 12,000 views, and some videos that I make take like a week to get that many, and it's only been up for a couple of hours. 2 hours and 42 minutes. I'm so pleased. What is the PvP season? Is it a Dream Talon? They might have done a Vicious Dream Talon. Unless that was last season. I think it's a Dream Talon. I feel like I can understand the dopamine rush of seeing a viewer number go up. It's kind of nostalgic for me because I haven't really looked much at my analytics in years because they've been depressing because I've been not accomplishing very much and kind of struggling generally. And so then you end up not looking at the stuff because you don't want it to bum you out. And but I refreshed it and there was another 400 people had seen it since the last time. Steven Hunter soloing dungeons in like minutes. That's our Floby. He's Flubin. This is the part of the video where you loop in a friend. It was going reasonably fast on my own, but it's this is real good. Up to 31. 31. Oh, I got Oblivion Sphere. Also, oh man, this dungeon. I can be on gong duty. Sometimes if I'm bored, I like to check them to see if I can pick up like an XP thread or something. Seeing view counts go up is the same as getting a good job from the boss. Does it count if I say it to myself if I am my own boss? Oh, I used Lifestorm. Oopsies. I guess the next boss is going to last 45 minutes anyway. I guess it might be time for him to put on some of his upgrades. It's got a 9 level 54. I have a lot of points we can do here. Well, I guess maybe while he's leveling, speed actually might be genuinely good for him because he's just trying to run along behind and keep up. Although he doesn't need to keep up, it's just kind of handy if he does. Here we go. We'll gem speed. Why not? Afternoon, Hazel. Good afternoon, Jams. How are you doing? How's the new place? You've been doing all the fun stuff like updating your address and your driver's license and jazz. Do you guys have to do that in the States? I feel like I should know because I moved in the States with an American driver's license. Never. No, I did something. I don't know. Doesn't matter now. Pretty decent. I have done none of those things. That's okay. It means more to say it to yourself. I named my undead warlock Humorous Bone. I got my driver's license renewed and now I'm waiting for them to send me my new card in the mail. I was pretty excited because I did it 4 months early instead of leaving it to the last minute. And it's good. Oh, I have to carry around that stinky temporary license until I get my shiny new card. Although the guy at ICBC was very nice and he like folded it up super tiny for me so I could jam it in my wallet. I'm on gong duty. Going after heirlooms? Eventually. I think I want to get everything. If I'm gonna put in all this effort to get my remix main all geared up and powerful and stuff, I want to do it so that I can grind out a ton of bronze and get everything. How's the DMV in Canada? I can't speak for other provinces, but in BC, they run it through an insurance company. They run it through ICBC. And I don't know a lot of the details of like why that is, but I do know that it works a real treat, at least for me. Appointments were easy to get. They were on time. The line moved smooth. Everybody was super nice. They're like, they definitely want you to have your documents in order, but that's true anywhere. It was good. I have to go all the way downtown, but that's what the bus is for. Update 2 pieces of mail with a new address. Moving states isn't much difference, just an extra piece or 2 of info. It's ran through ACDC, no wonder everyone says it rocks. Plus, nowadays you can do a lot of things online without needing to actually go there in person. It was just, they had to take a new picture from a new license. It means that my license has my short hair in it now, which might help because in the past when people have like photo ID'd me and my old ID had like dyed hair and bangs and like long straightened hair, and then they were looking at like this, they were like, "Are you sure?" Especially because I didn't used to have glasses in my old ID pictures. Although actually, I don't think they didn't let me wear my glasses for this one either, so I guess it wouldn't matter. You know, it turns out a person could change a lot in appearance in 10 years. Now when you're on the run from the cops, it won't be as easy. That is how I spend most of my time when I'm not streaming, is fleeing from law enforcement. Taking the bus to the DMV sounds a little ironic. I take the bus to and from the car place, the car dealership, because that's where I get it serviced. And also like when I was first buying the car. And I remember I was talking to the salesperson. They were like, "Well, how did you get here?" And I'm like, "I took the bus." And they were like, "The bus?" Like, yeah. It's not that crazy. Took me right here. That checks out. Good grief. I don't even bother spending my talent points anymore. It's getting trash bronze? Yeah, I'm not worried about it. Move to a new city that is not walkable at all. I hate having to drive just to get milk. Oh, that sucks. A lot of affordable places deliver like that, though. I go back and forth a million times a day over what the ideal place to live would be. Because right now I do live in a very walkable city, but it's like dense urban, which is not my vibe. But I can walk to get milk. I could walk in any direction and get milk. I could pick any direction, north, south, east, west, and you will find milk. That's pretty nice. Used to live a block away from Whole Foods. I was spoiled.
Watch your
I think the thing that's getting me right now is that
feet.
this is a city, but it's like a pretty small one. And all of my family lives here. Like, they all have jobs in the city, so they can't, even though it's like super expensive to live here, they can't leave because they would be just like an insane commute. So that everybody's here, which means that you run into people. Like, I can make plans to see my family, and I do, and we see each other, but like, I could just like run into my mom or her partner, or like my sister walking with my nephew, just like by chance. And that's nuts. You know, I spent 8 years of my life living across a border from my family. So being able to just like trip and run into them is so cool. And I can't afford to buy anything very big in the city if I was going to buy something in the city. But the longer I spend here, the more I'm kind of getting used to it. I don't know. I live in Victoria, not Vancouver. Close to Vancouver. I wish I lived near more stores other than Whole Foods. So expensive. Lots of cows up in Canada. Oh. You know it. Island farms. We're at 34. If I ever run into my sister, I'm moving. I am lucky. My family are lovely people. They're all wonderful. Just buy the city. Simple. Listen, we just gotta make enough YouTube videos, stream for long enough, and then we just buy out downtown and turn it into a big place for puppies. You can see I've got the urban planning medal. I've got the right stuff. Housing ridiculous in Canada. This is true. No arguments from me. I don't know if the trash load goes to your mailbox. I hope so. Haven't started Remix. Will there still be enough time to collect everything? Yes, absolutely. It is not too late. Hazelton. Welcome to Hazelton. Is Bridgerton soon? I think it's soon. When is Bridgerton? I'm typing in all caps. Not on purpose, but it does kind of fit. When is Bridgerton Part 2? June 13th. Okay. What day is it now? Not June 13th. I didn't have any money in 2018. Somehow, already it's June 6th. House of Dragons on Sunday. I'm excited for it. I know. I look at like one of the things that is listed on these real estate sites that I obsessively browse is the last time that property sold. So you'll be looking at like a little house in a town that's like a couple hours away. And you'll be like, okay, this house, they want like 600,000, they want 700,000 for it. And then you see that it sold in like 2014 for like 200 grand, 300 grand maybe. Really, yeah, good. Checks out. Cool. It's never going back there, so it doesn't matter. That statistic is purely in there to hurt my feelings. Did you see the new Hunger Games book coming out? I heard. I didn't. I saw a headline or something. First, I was kind of hate watching it, but then I got really into it. Oh, House of Dragons. I haven't seen that one. I've had to see that so many times. Are you good at the game? Life's a spectrum. Depends on your definition of good. I am better than a lot of people, and I am worse than a lot of people. Price markets like that here in Florida. Like 200K is now 500K. Good luck, 30-year-olds. Yeah, I'm lucky in a lot of ways. I'm lucky that I'm even able to think about looking. Oh, don't join. I'm not there. Oh, right. Leave instant group. That's right. I forgot. Oh yeah, that's right. Heart of Fear. Flabby's gonna help. We're gonna put up a group though so that more people can come than just me. Do you also find yourself anticipating what's going to happen to WoW after the World Soul Saga more than the saga itself? I don't know, that's a long time. That's a long ways away. That's like 3 expansions at 2 years each. 6 years. Call it 7, make it wiggly. 7 years, I'm gonna be like 39? 38? I guess it's not that crazy. Wouldn't be so bad to be 38, but like... it's a later me problem. Flats are a lot cheaper, ain't doing that. Yeah, that's kind of the world in which I'm running up against. What if it's a cute flat? There was one that was like in a really like posh looking building. It was fancy. It was flashy. And it was like a really cute little place, but it was little. It was very small. But they let you have dogs, but it's like, where are you going to put your dog? You have under 500 square feet. If I was like a single person with no pets, then maybe, but I don't know. If I'm still making money. Oh, if it's still making money, there will be a new trilogy. Considering townhomes because they're cheaper. I like the idea of townhomes because, like, compared to just a regular condo, because you wouldn't have anybody above or below you, assuming that it's, like, actually a townhome and not just a developer lying to you. Which means that you're not worried so much about, like, having to step lightly or going, oh, geez, I dropped something. And good ones will have concrete barriers between the units that are good for fireproofing as well as sound dampening. It's just a question of vetting the unit and then vetting the strata or homeowners association to see if it's properly run or if it's just like a nightmare. Dog stays on your lap at all times, honestly. House is only 733 square feet, but I have tiny dogs. I have one doggy, and he's not like he's not like a horse, you know. He's a dog-sized dog, but he's a big dog. I know he's a big dog because when you measure him and you buy like a harness or like something for him, you have to get either an L or an XL depending on the product. I've seen some listed as townhouses, but it's like people above you. It's just a condo at that point. You can also look into duplexes. Sometimes you can buy a half duplex for about the same price, and then you're only attached to one person, and you're officially half of your strata corporation. And it can apparently go either really well or really terribly depending on who's living in the other half. I would like a horse. Dog needs 500 square feet himself. At what point do you loot the 12% buffs from the bosses? You'll get them in your mail. When you're collecting the mail from the mailbox with the add-on, you'll get those threads that way. You can also pick them out manually. You can loot the boss without auto loot on and then just pull them out of the boss's loot table as you go. And that is technically a little bit more efficient because then you have that experience buff while you're doing the run. But if you don't do that, they'll all hit your mailbox. You definitely want to loot them before you loot the XP tokens. This is going to be kind of a press queue to complete raid situation with Flappy in here. My 2 dogs combined weigh 1/4 of Moose. I bet Moosey would love them. He really likes I mean, he likes all dogs, but he also really likes small dogs. He plays with them in a way that's really funny because some small dogs are really brave and they'll totally get into it with him. Like, he'll run up and chase them, but then, like, right when he's about to catch up with them, he'll kind of veer off to the side and just, like, do a little play jump so that he's not actually landing on them, because I think he must know that they're breakable. And you could be watching two dogs play like that, and you're like, is that little dog gonna live? Because there's just, like, a 73-pound puppy like, galloping after it. But then he catches up, and he's just like, gotcha, your turn, and then he'll run away and be like, chase me. Woof, woof. Moose has a bunch of dog friends, and there's probably like 3 that are like in the very top rankings. So if I look in here, I can pick out the infinite thread and get it that way. But if I didn't, it would just hit the mail. Small Chihuahua mix has the big dog complex. Glad we talked about licenses. It reminded me to renew my vehicle registration. Sort of early. Glad it's done. Out of the way. Nice. That's a good feeling. That's the kind of thing that used to just drive me... I mean, it still does, but it can really drive me crazy, and I just need to just do it. I've got a bunch of reminders set up to make sure I stay on top of my car insurance, because it's super easy to do. It just, like, renews online, but you still gotta press the button. Vehicle registration is just before Thanksgiving every other year. Follow me your guide, hoping I can do it. Good luck. I'll just leave that one on there and we'll get him after. We'll never know why I leave that stuff to do the last possible day. Feels like such a sabotage. Whenever I'm thinking smart, I think about doing it as a form of self-care, in that I am looking after myself by not setting this up to ambush me and my well-being later. You know? But then whenever I'm not thinking about it, I just don't think about it. And then I'm like, oops. Sometimes I'll even combine some, like, organizational self-care with the more consumery version that's like candles and bubble bath, you know? Like, you renew your car insurance. And then you run a bubble bath. We'll call them A, we'll call them B. We used to live in a place that did emissions testing. That cannot be done online. True.
Beware.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta schedule. I need to get my car, I need to go take it in for a regular maintenance. And I've been putting it off. And I need to get around to doing it. It's just annoying because it takes a long time. I guess I could just give it to them overnight. I could just tell them to keep it overnight. And I could just go home and then come get it on the next day. That would work. It'd be better than just trying to, like, hang around town for 4 hours while they work on it. For me, playing Remix is always having the "you have unspent talent points" notification always on. I've been feeling better since I've stopped trying to keep up with it. I don't even bother spending my talent points as we go anymore. It's just not necessary. When you put it off, wouldn't it be irregular maintenance? True.
Beware.
But that car does a good job of looking after me, so I owe it to the car to look after it. Ounce of prevention and all that. Also, I fully admit that I know nothing about how the car works. It may as well be magic to me, so I make sure I keep my my Canadian version of AAA, and then also like regular maintenance up to date. So if I'm not not keeping a close eye on what's going on with it, at least I know a mechanic has had a look at it within the last X amount of kilometers. Don't unclicked yellow dialogue boxes in WoW drive you crazy, or is it just me? I don't think it's just you. I think lots of people are bothered by that. I'm weird in that it never doesn't really flag for me. Have you tried Marionberry ice cream? Yeah. I used to get Marionberry milkshakes in Oregon every now and then. It was like a seasonal thing. I don't know if I agree with that take on dental checkups. I feel like you know this, but just in case anyone needs to hear it. Definitely do it before the teeth start to hurt. Save yourself a lot of money. and pain and money and financial pain.
Beware.
I had something happen to me recently that should be really mundane, but it had been so long since it had happened that I was actually kind of like, wow, it really happened. And that was, I had a digital support ticket into a company to help me with something that needed a customer support agent to help with. And they actually fixed my problem. I feel like that never happens. I feel like all I do whenever I need something like that done is I ticket support, and then you go back and forth, and then you lose them and they put someone else on it. And then they like close it for no reason, and then you open it again, and then they like finally go, I'm sorry, we can't do that. And then you're like, whatever. And then it's like, it's just a huge mess. I've had a bunch of experiences like that. So to have something actually get fixed, I didn't even have all the right answers to the questions. They're like, we need these 6 pieces of information. And I'm like, well, 5.5 do. And they're like, yes. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. Aw. I appreciate it, Jordan. I hope it works for you. Best of luck with you. Maybe you spoke to an AI. Listen, they fixed my problem. That's all I needed. It's real good. Thank you. Okay, let's get out of here. And I haven't even picked up a Hearthstone on him. I have to use a Hearthstone toy. Do I have any Noswin's vouchers? I have 1. I'm not using my only Noswin's voucher. Hearthstone. What time is it? It's 11:54. What? Oh. Oh. You can loot quests and do mobs. You don't need to do any campaign quests though. There's you can skip all that. You can do it completely in dungeons and raids. Hey Hazel, hello. Hardest part of working in a car is the confidence. That's how I used to feel about doing stuff to my computer. And maybe one day I would be able to do the same with my car. I would say that the hardest part of working on a car is finding a place where you feel like you are A, legally allowed to work on your car, and B, comfortable doing so without, I don't know, feeling either unsafe because you parked somewhere sketchy or embarrassed. Because not everybody has like a driveway or a garage or a place where they can like work on their car, you know. I'm not even allowed to do oil changes myself in the place where I keep my car. Beta, healing as a druid? Oh, gasp. Congratulations. May the leveling speed be with you. I tell my car that one day, if we're lucky, well, I'll get it a private garage to live in one day. Hang in there. As soon as I sent that, I got stuck in a perma DC loop. No. Let's do 2 more. Dungeons. Because I'm level 36. I can use those XP threads, including the ones that we got from the raid. Because I'm really close to being able to finish this character. I can do it tomorrow on stream. I'm just going to do 2 more heroic dungeons. And that should get me to 40. Oh, my mouse is all wonky. But I do have a place where I can wash the car, which I appreciate. You know, I've never been through a drive-through car wash. I've been kind of wanting to try it, even though I know that technically some of the cheaper ones can like scratch your car or something, but like I think practically it can't be that disastrous of a thing because A, my car's not that nice. It's not like I'm driving a Lambo. And B, if they were just like filled with knives and nails, then people would never use them, and I see people using them all the time. So I've never done it just because I don't know how, so I feel like I'm gonna look stupid. Which is a silly reason to not do something. I just need to go at like a quiet time, I think, and like just, I don't know, read all the signs I'm pretty sure you just like pay them and then drive in and make sure your windows are closed. Have a good night, Saga. We're almost done here anyway. Can't imagine you driving anything but a Lambo. Oh man. That would be so strange. I would feel so self-conscious in a car like that. I once watched a bunch of YouTube videos about people, or not a bunch of YouTube videos. I watched 2 different YouTube videos about people that don't normally drive a Cybertruck driving a Cybertruck. And one thing that both of them said was that if you're driving a Cybertruck around, people, it gets so much attention. Like people were like walking over to it in a parking lot to like take selfies with it. People are just like stopping or like slow driving past it in the street. Like people are yelling and cheering and jeering and like it just looked like my worst nightmare. Not that I was ever in my life going to do that, but like I would never want any vehicle that attracts any kind of attention like that, because if I'm in public, my main goal is to be invisible. You have to align the tires into the track and then you put it in neutral. You don't just like turn it off. If you roll the windows down, you get a shower too. I openly pointed and laughed the last time I saw a Cybertruck, but that's just me. Don't turn it off. Neutral. Okay. Why not turn off? Car must roll, I guess. Does it say all this on like a sign, or do they assume that you know it already? You have to drive through it real slow yourself. There's no tracks to line up with. Oh. Many signs. Turn car off, tires won't roll. True. They have instructions, you'd be fine. Alright. Maybe one day I'll try it. I'll come into stream and I'll be like, you guys, I did it! And you'll be like, what did you do? And I'd be like, I went through a drive-through car wash. So you start the presses. Or stop them. I don't know what the phrase is. The people need to know. So proud. But it's probably a good idea eventually, because like I washed the car and I do an okay job at it. But I'm sure that there's parts of it that like an auto car wash would get that I just don't. I don't know. I don't really do like I don't really get into like the tires much. I don't really do the hubcaps or anything. I can't really be bothered. They're on the ground. They're just gonna get dirty again. Hazel, you still drive one of those cars with the 4 wheels and a steering wheel? You betcha. And it's got the beepy thing. You go, honk. Bring Moose to car wash, see if he likes it. I almost never even take the poor boy into the car because he hates it, because he throws up. My poor dog gets real motion sick. And he knows that he's like, he doesn't want to get in the car because he knows it makes him feel sick. So it's like murder trying to get this dog in the car. And then you get him in the car and then he's like, blah! And then you're like, okay, I'm gonna like pull over and clean it up. And then by the time you actually like stop the car, he's eaten it again, which is wild. I mean, I guess it's dogs, they do that, but like, ew. Poor guy. Dogs grew out of motion sickness at like 8. Someone was telling me that I just need to take him out more, and I think that's probably true. Like, he would get used to it the more he rode in the car. It's just tough getting through that phase. I have at least like a seat covers. I have a thing that is in my car that protects the seat from the dog. And it's waterproof apparently, so that's good. I also lay down a towel now to make it easier to clean up. Get something from your vet to help him. I guess. I just don't want to make him super like sleepy or anything, because usually if we're going in the car, it's because we're going to go do a huge hike and I don't want to like drug him up and then be like, all right, time to go up a mountain. Sister still gets car sick after 20 years. I get horribly car sick if I try and read in the car. But I lately haven't been a passenger. I've just been driving, so no car sickness, not reading. You just gotta take it easy on the billboards. Took years for my dog to get used to the car, unfortunately. I thought when I first brought him home that he was like such an angel with a car because he's so quiet. He just lays down in the seat. He like will take a nap sometimes. He's not agitated in the car at all. I didn't turn in my quest, but that's okay. Medicine, anti-nausea shouldn't make him sleepy. Okay. One more? Yeah. But then he went blood. Moose not feel good. Poor buddy. At first I thought it was just because I had used cheese as a special treat to try to coax him into the car, and later discovered that it's just the car. It doesn't help that a lot of the roads to these hikes are like super winding. I just gotta tell him to look at something really far away, buddy. Oh man, my bags are wild. CBD for pets for car sickness. That's how we got mine used to it. It's hard to get him in the first place because he does not want to go. And he's big enough to step right in there now. I talked about him too much. I miss him now. I know he's like a room away, but like I want to hug my moosey. This is the last dungeon and then stream's gonna be over. Oh no, not this dungeon! No! Oh. Can't catch a break. Or at least we got Fluby carrying. I'll be on gong duty again, I suppose. How's our cloak XP doing? Up to 282. I think I could actually, if I wanted to, instead of getting to 40 for toes, although we're at 38, so it doesn't really matter. I could do Mogushan again because it's a separate day, because I did it yesterday, because I did this across 2 separate days. But I'm not finishing this today. It truly is the dungeon of all time. Because it takes all your time to do it. There's level 39. Any big upgrades? Eh. I'm so slow. I've used Sprint and Dark Flight. Do I have Heroic Leap yet? It's a talent, isn't it? I think it's a talent. Oh, it's a button I haven't used yet. Oh, probably because I'm supposed to be in I technically queued as tank spec. And run around here with my two-handed weapon not tanking. Okay. I think that when you press Alt to view the other pieces of gear in your bags that could go in a given slot, I think it puts the highest item level ones first. So I think I can just always put on, if I just want to put on my highest item level gear as I'm leveling, I think I can always just stick on the stuff that's on the left. That's not bad. How's he looking? I think Worgen might be growing on me a little bit. Maybe. He's, I don't know. Hello, Hazel. Hi, Scarlett. How you doing? Happy Thursday. I'm leveling a Worgen. His name's Just Jenkins. Are you entering your Worgen era? I'm entering the Worgenist era that's ever aired. I don't like my long-term odds. But we're gonna get Heritage Armor. I don't think I'm gonna bother making a class trial character to do the Heritage quest on retail. I think I'm just gonna wait until this guy can do it himself whenever Remix is over. I'm so glad I can play beta. I'm glad that sentence went in that direction. I was ready for an I'm so tired, and that's also valid. But I don't want you to be. I don't want you to feel tired. I want you to feel happy. Glad you can play beta with that disconnecting. There you go. People were saying it was real frustrating earlier. Very, very spooky. Are we leaving? I think we're good. Keep it on your visage mostly. You say that. Have you seen his visage? I'm not gonna worry about that. Are you ready to see his visage? Dun, dun, dun. Oh, hang on, he's wearing a helmet. You can't really tell how fantastic he is. Expedition Yak. You have to hide his helmet. I like how there's another Expedition Yak finally that just like ends up in the list underneath the grand one whenever you search for that. Oh, hang on. There you go. He needs the flower in his mouth. Nothing more natural than charging into battle determinedly, shredding a rose stem to fibers in your teeth.
Attack shield. Attack shield.
Behold. A man. Oh, I can't transform right now. I guess they don't let you do it in combat. I noticed that it kicks you into Worgen form in combat, even if you haven't used any abilities yet. Because Drakthir form doesn't do that. Drakthir form only kicks you into Drakthir form when you use an ability that mandates being a dragon, which is most of them, mind you, but you could be in combat just like pressing Living Flame or whatever. Anyone know when one can queue for War Within dungeons? It's a good question.
Attack shield. Attack shield.
Doesn't look that bad. I was trying to customize the male human part for the Worgen, and I couldn't find anything I liked. This is the best as I could do. I do like the hair colors. There's also like a lovely bubblegum pink, and I was trying to make it work with the different male hairstyles. It's okay. He's alright. He's just Jenkins. I had a quest to turn in, that's right. But we are just about done for today. Got to noon already. I want to thank you all for joining me today on this journey. Tomorrow is going to be this warrior's big mailbox moment. I think pretty early in the stream. I'm just going to get him through like one more raid, and then he'll be ready to loot his mailbox and see if it can just pop him right to 70. Thank you very much for joining me today. A huge thank you to everybody that watched my new YouTube video, and if you haven't yet and you want to, it is up on my YouTube channel. It's talking about how to do the mailbox leveling thing. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.